So in this short video, I'm going to demonstrate a small proof of concept for using different promo codes. So basically we have a list of promo codes, and when a client wants to request this promo code, when this form is submitted, then this promo code is given to the person who submits the form, and then a record is created to see which code is not available any longer. For this use case, we will use the following services. We will use Forms service, we will use Power Automate service, and we will use a standard SharePoint list. So let's get to it, and I'll show you step by step what should be done here.
So let's start. First, we can show which elements are used to create this POC. The first service is forms. So basically there is a simple form I created which is called new promo code request. And in this form, we see only two questions. One of them is if you need a new promo code. And the second one is this the first time you request one? This one can be used later to track if the user had the same promo code multiple times or not. So we have a form. Then the second option we have is the actual flow with the logic. I will get to the flow logic in a little bit. And the third part is SharePoint list where we store all our codes. This is a custom SharePoint list which has a couple of columns. One of them is called title with some codes in it, just the names of these codes. Then there is a code number. This is an integer with some numbers. And then there is one more column. It's a Boolean column with yes or no options if the code is available or not. And then there is one more column which is called code given to this person. Basically, this column will be populated automatically by the flow. Uh, and the person who submits this form will get a code, and this value will change from yes to no, and the person email will be in this area. So now I want to show you the logic of the flow, how it is created, and what can be done. The flow trigger, the initial trigger that starts, it's called when a new response is submitted. Basically what it means, when our form, which is called new promo code request, when the response is submitted at this form, then the flow will get all the list of responses. Then a new variable called goToLoop initialized. The reason I have this variable here is that when we update items in the list, so when the new code is assigned, there should be a way to get out from the list. So not all items are updated in the list, only one item at a time. Then the next logical step is to get items from the list. We go to the list which is called promo codes, which is located at this site address. And then we go through the loop and apply to each of the responses, each of the items in the list. We check the condition if goToLoop is equal to true or not. So if it's equals to true, we move to the next item. If it equals to false, we get out from this list and proceed with the next step of this flow. Then there is a condition. Condition, it's called the code is available, is equal to true. If this is the case, so if the code is available and the goToLoop is equal to true, then the following two actions are done. One action is to send an email notification to the person who requested the code. And then the next part would be to update this SharePoint list item with some information like the item ID, title, code number. Then the code is available is changed to no from yes. And then the responder's email. So the person who updated the form, this information is entered in this code given to this person field. And then we set this go to loop variable to false. That way the update is done. That way we get out of this list and go to the next action in the flow. And this is the last action. So basically the flow stops here. So this is the logic we have. And then let me show you how it looks like. So if I go to this form as a user, right, and then I request this promo code, I click yes here, and then I click yes here, click submit. Then the form is submitted, and this form submission triggers the flow. What happens here, you see in the SharePoint list, I see the change. The code is out. Then the code is available is changed to no. And then the code given to this person is updated also. And as you saw, I also received notification in the email with my code. So it's the second thing that flow does. And if I check the flow itself, I can check under runs. I just need to refresh it. And you see there is a run 40 seconds ago, successful. So it means that all flow steps ran successfully. So I hope this information was helpful to you. If you have some questions, write the comments. Or if you need some help, just send me an email. So have a wonderful day and cheers.